Let's talk about how you can build the kind of inner strength that makes you, well, pretty much untouchable. We're going to break down the mechanics of emotional pain, and more importantly, how you can take back complete control of your inner world. Have you ever wondered about this? You see those people who just seem to let everything roll right off their back. Life can throw its absolute worst at them, and they just keep going. What is their secret? How do they do that? When for so many of us, every little bump in the road feels like a huge collision. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? On one side, you've got people who seem totally unshakable. And on the other side, well, maybe this feels a little more familiar. One cold look from somebody, a single thoughtless comment, and bam, it can send you spiraling for the rest of the day. Now, this isn't about being weak. It's about not having the right tools to deal with what's happening inside.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to pinpoint the true source of our pain. Then we'll get into this idea of your inner bruise. After that, we'll learn about the power of the pause. And finally, we'll put it all together to see what it really means to become untouchable.
All right, let's dive into our first section. And get ready because we are about to challenge a belief that you have probably held your entire life. Just think about that for a second. It points to this piece of fundamental knowledge, something absolutely crucial for our emotional well-being that just somehow gets completely missed. And let me tell you, understanding this is a total game changer. And here it is, the big idea. Pain does not come from the outside. Just let that sink in for a minute. The hurt you feel, it's not actually living in someone else's words or their actions. So, if pain doesn't come from what happens to us, then what's going on? Well, those outside events, they're just the trigger. Someone's insult, their rejection, it's not creating a new pain. Nope. It's just activating a pain that was already there, lying dormant, just waiting for something to poke it. Okay, so this brings us to a really helpful way to think about this. The idea of an inner bruise. It perfectly explains why two people can go through the exact same thing and have wildly different reactions. Think about it in a really simple physical way. If someone gently taps your healthy arm, you barely even feel it, right? It's nothing. But what if they give that exact same gentle tap to an arm that's badly bruised? Now that's intense pain. The tap itself didn't change at all. What changed was the condition of the arm. And that is exactly what's happening with our emotions. An insult, a criticism, someone leaving you, it only hurts so deeply because it's landing squarely on a pre-existing emotional wound, a bruise you've been carrying around, maybe without even realizing it. And when we live with these unhealed bruises, we end up stuck in what you could call reaction mode. We basically become like a human pinball machine, just getting knocked around by every little thing that happens. A trigger happens, we immediately react, we get hurt, we blame the trigger, and that cycle just repeats itself over and over and over.
So how in the world do we break this cycle? Well, it all starts with one simple but definitely not easy action. It's about finding this tiny little space of stillness that can change everything.
Think about it. Before you react, before the anger boils over or the tears start to fall, there is a tiny gap between the trigger and your response. Most of us fly right past it. We don't even notice it's there. But that gap, that's where all of your power is hiding. In that moment of pause, all you have to do is ask this one question. Not, why did they do that to me? But, wait a minute. What is this actually about inside of me? And you'll find that 9 times out of 10, the crazy intensity of your reaction is about something much older and deeper than whatever just happened 5 seconds ago. And let's be super clear about the goal here. This isn't about becoming some kind of robot who doesn't have any emotions. It's actually the opposite. The goal is to feel everything, the anger, the sadness, all of it. But to be the one in the driver's seat, choosing your next move, instead of letting the feeling take the wheel and drive you off a cliff. So when you start to practice this, you start to build a whole new way of being. You begin to really own your inner world. And this right here is what it means to become untouchable. This is such a critical distinction to make. See, external power, the kind that comes from a job title or from money, it's fragile. It can vanish in an instant. But internal power, the kind that comes from real self-awareness and mastering your reactions, that is permanent. Nobody can ever take that away from you. And this is what happens. It is this incredible feeling of freedom. A rejection doesn't shatter you anymore. A criticism doesn't stick. And it's not because you've stopped caring. It's because you've started caring more about your own inner peace than about anyone else's opinion.
Now, this is a massive perspective shift. When people are cruel, it's almost never really about you. It's a reflection of their own inner emptiness, their own pain. I mean, think about it. People who are genuinely fulfilled and at peace, they just don't feel the need to tear other people down.
So this really is the path to healing. It takes courage, for sure. It means you stop blaming the world for triggering you. You have to start looking inward. And you begin to ask that really brave question, what is the wound I am still carrying that makes me so vulnerable to this kind of pain? This is the ultimate takeaway. The second you decide that you need someone else to change for you to feel okay, you've basically handed them the keys to your own prison. But the truth is, your peace was never theirs to give or take. It has always been inside you, just waiting for you to claim it. So let's end on this. This isn't just a question to think about for a second. It's really a call